Alright, at the request of Mask of the Child himself, he asked me to look at some of his replays and give him some advice, so that's what this is. Now, I looked through a couple replays and I thought this one was from a battle lounge with a guy that it looks like you play against him a lot, and it looks like he gives you some trouble, so I thought I'm pretty shit at fighting Bison myself, but, you know, a second pair of eyes is always better than not having it, so I'll give you my thoughts on what I think of like improvements you can make to kind of maybe do a bit better. So let's get started. Alright. Alright. First off, it's pretty, you might not think about it, but see this walk back? You shouldn't walk back here. You should, he's put himself in this position where he's kind of closer to the corner. There's nothing really to be scared of in this situation because like maybe you're scared of scissors or you're scared of a devil's reverse or something like that, right? But those things aren't that scary when Bison has no meter at all. If he has one bike, it's a bit more intimidating to walk forward and like, oh, is he gonna do EX Devil's Reverse? Is he gonna EX Scissor Kick me? And then, you know, stuff like that. But in this situation, that walk back you did just here, I would recommend don't back off when there's no reason to in this game. It's always a constant battle for positioning, and you want to put them in the corner. And if someone lets you do that and like gives up that much ground, just walk forward. There's no real risk in walking forward. It's not a big risk, and you gain. All right, so let's see. Yeah, back here. See, he backs off, then you walk back. All right, head stomp. The thing with this head stomp, when he doesn't have meter, you can pretty safely Psycho Rising it, the KK. You can pretty safely, he's not gonna change his trajectory to move out of the way of it without meter. So it's really important when you fight Bison to look if he has one bar or not, and always keep an eye on that one bar. So that way, if he doesn't, you can use KK as an anti-air. You don't have to be scared of anti-airing. You don't have to be scared of EX Scissor Kick, stuff like that. Alright. This. Alright, see this? You have to be careful with stuff like that against Bison, only because Bison has basically a full screen sweep, so he can fuck you up really hard if he chooses to. But this guy, not so much doing that, so good for you. He's moving forward now though with a scissor kick. Alright. Again, you can anti-air that. Crossover. Alright, let's look at that. Alright. Jab plus whatever. I don't expect you to kind of get this hit confirm. You could have done... How close were you? Yeah, you could have done another... Instead of doing that jab, you could have done another medium punch where you would have got the same counter hit, and then you could have done sweep, comboed into sweep, or even combo into stand heavy punch if you wanted, but sweep for the knockdown. That would have been better in that situation to have done that. But I mean, you can't obviously know when someone's going to get counter hit or not. And you did a jab into an unsafe, that is very unsafe, stand heavy kick. If you want to do a big move like that in that situation, I would suggest stand heavy punch because it's -2. And if they get crush counted by it, you can dash forward twice and you're in your own, you're still in your pressure. And you get like a lot of kind of screen advantage as well. So be real careful with the spacing of stand heavy kicks. If you want to stand heavy kick and you're too close, just do a stand heavy punch. That's my best advice. Yep, good challenge there. Alright. I assume you were doing. I have looked at this replay before I watched this, but I see you do a lot of predictory air V skills, and one of them actually lands later on. But doing that, doing these V skills is a big risk. He could legitimately dash up and like punish you like a big punish, like, or if he's like lazy, he can just sweep or scissors. He can do whatever he wants basically, and the reward is decent, but it's not that great. And even if it was that great, the whole idea of this situation is you're forcing yourself into taking a risk. And if you have to take risks in a match, then you're at a disadvantage. You want to play games in a way where you don't want to take risks you don't have to take unless you really know they're going to work. And this risk right here, you do not have to take this risk. There is no reason. It's not worthwhile, basically, is the best way to put it. You do not have to take this risk here, and you have not that much to gain, and it's usually not going to work just because of the whole situation. It's pretty specific of a read, and yeah, it's just not worth it. So I would recommend not doing stuff like this. See, he just dashed forward and hit you with that. He could have done much worse than that. Much worse. But it's alright. Yeah. See, you're scared. You want to play full screen against him. You are playing full screen against him, I should say. But you're not throwing fireballs. If you're going to play full screen, like if you're going to stand back here and not move, don't walk back. So you can like throw a fireball or what have you. But I would more recommend walking forward and, you know, pushing it back. And like you don't have to just straight up like completely walk up to here, like just in one movement. You know, you can walk, sit for a little bit, walk, sit, you know. And, you know, maybe you get here, you sit, then you can like take a step back if you want to kind of make him press something and make it whiff. But the idea generally is you just don't want to. If people allow you to walk forward, you should always walk forward. It's really important to walk forward in this game and to not walk back where you don't have to. Oh, yeah, see what I mean? He can just... Doing big recovery or big startup stuff against Bison is hard for Ed because he can do that and it hurts. Alright. Good blocks. Good blocks. That was a good interrupt as well. Oh, you had the right idea. Yeah, you had the right idea. But the problem with this situation was stand heavy kick's too slow in this specific situation. It's 15 frame startup, and if he dashes and presses something, pretty much anything, it's gonna beat stand heavy kick. So that was just unfortunate there. But now you know if that situation happens again, maybe you could do stand heavy punch. Maybe you could just... I'd recommend even... You can backdash out if you're scared of the pressure, or you can just sit there and he'll whiff a button here. Maybe he'll dash again. You can get ready to react to the dash if he comes in for a second dash, because that's really unsafe on his part. It's hard to react to online, somewhat, but it is Bison. He has a pretty slow dash, and yeah, just stand heavy kick didn't work out too well in that situation, but it was a somewhat decent idea. Oh, press kick a bit too early. Good challenge. I'm trying to think, what was that? How plus was he in that situation? Yeah, I think that's like... What is it? +1? I think it's +1. So he must have went for a bigger button here. And it worked out for you. Oh, you went for the cross on the setup, but it didn't work. I'm trying now. Let's see why. I'm assuming it's because the medium punches weren't close enough, but take a look. looks pretty deep, to be fair. Pretty fast dash. I'm not sure why that didn't work. Does it not work against Bison? I don't remember it not working against Bison. It probably was the medium punch distances, to be honest, but it's hard to tell by looking at it. But yeah, you had the right idea. That was a good idea. You did the right thing. You went for a mix-up that he probably wouldn't have blocked if it worked. So stuff like that is good. Keep stuff like that up. Yep, good backstory. I like that you delay tech there. You're very slow on the tech. One thing I've noticed, at least I think I've noticed, is that you don't tech much or you tech late, which is how you should, as a general, that's a good general rule on how you should approach this game, because it's okay to eat throws sometimes, and late teching's really strong, so keep that in mind, keep doing that. And now you've got corner advantage. Alright. Let's talk about this. Oh, one sec, about to sneeze. Alright, I'm good. Alright. You went for a mega shimmy. You like left, right, left, right, left, right. And then you thought he was gonna do something. So you DP'd and he did nothing and you got punished. Now, this goes back to what I was talking about before. This is like a risk, a big risk, a very big risk that you didn't have to take. He's in the corner. You've got positional advantage. I know the health, it's scary. You know, it's scary. This is scary. You don't want to get touched. You're scared that if you go for like a late throw bait, maybe he'll press something and you'll trade, or he'll be faster and you'll die. But you should have, if you weren't going to throw here, like you can't know if he was going to tech or not, but you should have gone for just a throw bait. You know, maybe you should have walked back, crouch heavy punch into Spark, because that way, even when he didn't tech, you wouldn't have, you know, had a DP blocked and got punished. It's another one of those situations where you don't have to, there was no reason you had to take a risk. And if you make yourself, if you force yourself to take risks, then you're always at a disadvantage technically, because there's a reason it's a risk. You want to try and play where you have to take as little risks as possible while still winning, basically. And if you force risks like this, it can work at times, but in the long run, not a good idea. Because you'll get hurt. Oh, he didn't punish you, he just did the V reversal, so that worked out alright. Yeah, got jabbed there. Unfortunate. Oh, pretty ambitious double dash there. You know, if it works, why not? You got in on him. I'm not going to say you did the wrong thing, because you got in and had a jab. You had him at plus frames. Maybe you could have gone for a throw, I feel. Oh wait, no, he stopped you. I'm a fool. Yeah. That's alright. Sometimes you have to test things like this. Maybe not a double dash, but if you were like here and you just hit a single dash, you know, sometimes you got to test how people react to you dashing into their face. Because Ed has a really fast dash. It's 16 frames, which is the second fastest in the game. So if you can dash in people's faces and they can't deal with it, you know, more power to you. And I mean, really, he protected himself, right? But what did you lose for that? What did you lose? Let's take a look at that. This is another important thing. All right, jab, jab. You lost that much health, right? But now you have the information that he is possible that he can defend himself from jabs, from dashes, I mean. And it costs nothing. That's nothing for information. That is nothing. So this, as long as you learn from this situation, things like that can be a good idea. Dashing into people's faces and seeing how they react, because that information didn't really cost anything, and you can use that information later to, like, maybe instead of a dash you do, you know, a stand heavy kick and his jab gets crush countered or something like that. So, oh, good air to air, cross under, not bad. Yep, that's what I was talking about before. You could have got a better punish than that. You should have just done the psycho upper, right? I don't condone using that as an anti-air like that, just because I think it's too big of a risk on a prediction, like I was talking about before. But if it does, you do that and it hits, get the maximum reward. Even EX DP I would have done personally. But yeah, that worked out. Oh, had the counter hit confirmed there. If you let go of that stand heavy punch straight away, it would have comboed. Could have done a crouch sweep as well, but you didn't expect it to hit, so you know, stuff like that happens. What was that just happened then? Weird trade. Plus, yeah, you know, he's plus there. That's good. Oh, good throw. Alright, why did that whiff? It might have been, that's why I've got the inputs up here, because I saw this and I was wondering what the reason that it whiffed was. Here. Actually, I wasn't paying attention at the right time. My bad. Hold up. Okay, I'll tell you why it whiffed. You did heavy fireball. You want to do light fireball. Light fireball makes this combo the most reliable. Forward medium punch, light punch. Do the light fireball in this combo and it will hit every time, as long as, you know, the combo's going as it's supposed to. That was why that whiffed. So now you know in the future. That's why that whiffed, because you did heavy fireball and it wasn't plus enough. You weren't at plus enough frames for the combo to work. Oh, he's doing bison stuff. A good crush counter, 2 forward dashes. Nice. Now that isn't actually... This right here, what you did, and if they quick rise, this isn't actually a true meaty. It is in this situation because he back rised, but if they quick rise, they will jab you out of a medium punch. The best thing to do is a stand light punch or a throw. 5 frames is the threshold for quick rise. 6 frames will get jabbed out of. So, but maybe, yeah, no, he could have jabbed out of it if he quick rised. But you can react to if they quick rise or back rise. It's a bit hard. It's hard online though, but you can. But you made the right decision regardless. I thought I'd just say that in the future if you're wondering, oh, why are people, you know, jabbing me out of this setup here? I get off crush counter heavy punch. That's the reason. If they quick rise, they can do that unless you use like a jab or a throw. But yeah, you made the right decision. Close out the rounds. Didn't let him do his bison stuff, which is good. I like the color as well. This is actually one of my favorite colors. Oh, weird punish, but got the job done, I guess. Oh, yeah, you see? There, you don't, I don't think you should be pressing stuff here, because... Oh, hold up, here it is. You do a stand heavy kick and then a thing, a crouch down V skill. Stand heavy kick predictory, like you're expecting him to do something, right? You're expecting him to scissors or something. Stand heavy kick doesn't trade well with scissors. Not a good trade. Oh, come on, cat. What do you want? Go away. Stand heavy kick does not trade well with scissors. None of your buttons trade well with scissors. So I wouldn't recommend throwing them out trying to protect yourself from scissors. You're better off spacing yourself to punish the scissors, or just blocking them, or walking forward. In this situation, because he was doing nothing, you should have walked forward. Because, like I said, he has no meter here, see? So you don't have to be scared of too much in this situation. You should have just walked forward. See, but when you're walking forward, you obviously... pay attention to how they react to you walking forward. But I don't recommend whiffing big buttons. He could have offline like a really good Bison. You know, if you're versing like who's like the best Bison in the world? Is Problem X play Bison? I don't know, but if you were versing someone like that offline and you were doing stuff like this, they would just whiff punish you with a sweep. If you whiff the crouch heavy kick here and he's sitting here like this, that's a free punish for Bison. Yeah, see that? And this, like I said before, big risk, weird prediction that, you know, it's very specific prediction. It's a big risk, and I don't think it's worth doing at all. Just use kick on reaction to seeing a jump when Bison has no meter. Oh, I noticed after block strings you protect yourself a lot with crouch medium kick. Oh, not that time though. Alright, that was just like a dropped combo, so you know, I don't have to talk too much about that. It's just execution. Everyone's always improving their execution, so. Alright, that whiffed. Now, I will say, you had the right idea, because I know what you're going for. That's the max damage combo in that situation. You had the complete right idea. You wanted to do the max damage combo, even though it's like the execution is hard, or like relatively hard for Street Fighter V. And you're playing in a battle lounge, so that's fine. I think you made the right decision going for that combo, even though it whiffed, because the only way you're going to learn is by trying to do it, right? So I approve of you doing that, and it's unfortunate that it whiffed, but you know, practice your execution and it won't whiff in the future. It's basically the gist of it. Oh, you gain a bit impatient. Don't get too impatient when you have someone in the corner like that. See, look, you jump twice here. Yeah, hitting a lot. Backdash, jump, backdash. Just relax when you got someone in the corner, especially when he's got no meter. Oh, you went for crouch heavy punch, right? Crouch heavy punch would have worked. Let's take a look. Alright, you got hit there. If that was a crouch heavy punch, I guarantee you would have anti-aired him there. So that's just unfortunate. But, you know, it is what it is. So, yeah. That's what... Oh, my bad. I have to say about that. I hope it was helpful. Like I said, I'm pretty shit at fighting Bison myself, but those are just a couple of things I thought could perhaps be helpful.